Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and this time I am sharing 5 songwriting tips based on the process that I usually go through when writing a song. I will be using my last composition, which is called Stargate, and you can listen to that here. We won't be covering lyrics for now, and keep in mind that obviously what I'm going to share with you, it's not the only way to write songs, but it works for me and maybe it will work for you too. I'm sure you can get something out of this. So let's get to it. Tip number 1, learn how to play new songs, and while you do it, welcome mistakes. Almost every time I am learning a new song, there comes a point where I just need to take a break from all the repeating, which is usually what you do when you are learning a new song, and I just start playing around with the chords and the rhythm and the finger style, just having a little fun. And usually that's when little magic comes flashing by, and I just have like a musical idea or a riff idea or a chord that sounds really interesting and that I want to take forward. Now, sometimes there is another thing that happens, which is I'm repeating the stuff and then I make a mistake, and boom, there's like this chord sounds really interesting, or I come up with something that it sounds good and that I want to take forward. So let's take our example with Stargate. So a few weeks before I recorded Stargate, I was learning how to play I was learning how to play Space Invader by The National, because I wanted to shoot a tutorial using the 528 open tuning so I could share it with you. So I was repeating and I was like repeating the intro and the verse, and the song starts with a D minor, and I made a mistake, and I'm like, this is not the chord that I was aiming for. I was aiming for this, and I got this, but this actually sounds really cool. Which leads us to tip number 2. Write or record things down, because those creative flashes, they don't come very often and they are very fleeting, so you need to grab them on before they disappear into nothingness. Later you can get back to it when you are in a more creative and composition mode and not practicing a song. Tip number 3, be aware and take in the world. Let's recap. So we had our creative flash, and so we have like a chord idea and a fingerstyle idea. I believe that this was something that I wanted to take forward. So I had this, I had recorded it because I was in the middle of something else, and now this is when knowledge of music theory is really valuable. I'm not a professional musician, but over the years I have learned the basics of music theory, and I suggest you do the same. So one day, shortly after I came up with that chord and fingerstyle idea, I was scrolling on YouTube and this video popped up. And I'm interested in learning more about chord progression, so I marked it to watch it later. And then I thought, I could actually experiment this 1-5-6-4 chord progression, starting with my 1. And that's when I came up with the first part of the song. And then we have a second, be aware, take the world in moments. I was meditating on SoundCloud, and the artist's name on SoundCloud is the Stargate Experience. Those are channelings from Alcazar, but that's another like talk, eventually a video, but I will leave the link to the meditations in the description box. After I finished meditating, I had an urge to go and play, just like I needed to grab my guitar and play. And that's when the rest of the Stargate got composed. this is what I mean by being aware and taking the world in, and like being mindful of what's happening around you and inside you, and grabbing those moments to be creative, because the world speaks to you and you speak to yourself. Tip number 4, use a metronome. I don't see myself as very talented when it comes to rhythm, so I use a metronome to check the beat and the tempo of the song and make sure that I'm not playing out of rhythm. I use an app called Guitar Tuner that allows you to change the beat and change the tempo, and you can find the right one for the song you are in the process of creating. Tip number 5, set a goal. One of the biggest challenges of songwriters is to actually finish the song. And one of the ways you can solve that problem is by setting a goal or having some kind of commitment, even if it's just for yourself. That will help you finish that song. My goal was to record a video every week, and so I had to finish the song in order to shoot the video and share it with you. Set a goal that makes sense to you. In Portuguese, we have a saying that goes, feito é melhor que perfeito, which translates to done, it's better than perfect. So just do it. You can make the adjustments later. And this is the end of my songwriting tips. This was actually really fun, and I hope this was useful. Please let me know in the comment zone. Thanks for watching. Be brave, be kind, and have a great day.